Welcome to this house of memory and hope. Memory while we remember those who have gone before us and made the way, and hope for the future with our children and all those who will come after us. And then we come together honoring this day, for within the circles of our lives, we dance the circles of our years. The circles of the season, within the circles of the years, the cycles of the moon, within the circles of the seasons, the circles of our reasons, within the cycles of the moon. Again and again we come and go, changed and changing. Hands join and then unjoin in love and fear and grief and joy. And the circles turn, each giving into each, into all. And the music keeps us here, each by all. We turn aside out of the sunlight now waning and into the darker circles of returning and returning, and then into the sunlight now appearing, into the brighter circles of returning and returning. In the holding of hands and eyes we turn, joining again to each other, all again. Come into this house of remembrance and hope. Whoever you are and wherever you are on your life's journey, you are welcome to join us here. Come, let us worship together. I have a joy to share. It's this thing right here. And as they said in the service, and is true, the ring is symbolic of many things. Certainly it's symbolic of the circle of relationship within the couple who are wearing the rings. But for me, it also represents the circle of the relationship that I am so appreciative for, and that is with you, who were here supporting us in this monumental occasion. I was really proud of Bob and me in what we were doing, and I was very proud of all of you for so enthusiastically supporting our somewhat radical move. I mean, when you consider a couple thousand years of history, that history moved over a little bit on yesterday, and it moved into a little bit different direction. I am so fortunate to be part of that, the beneficiary of that, and as well as Bob. But it was a big deal, and it's a big deal for you all, and I think you should be very proud of yourselves for what you did yesterday. Today's service is about that in a way. It's about how it is in our culture and in our community of faith here at Live Oak, and how it is in relationships between people, including between spouses and others who are in a love relationship. And it has to do with acceptance on a very fundamental level. Acceptance of one another. This little poem comes from Richard Gilbert, one of the great Unitarian ministers of the last century. He says, "You are accepted. Accept the fact that you are accepted. The universe has hurled you into being. One among many infinite variations of selves that might have been, it has created you unique among all creatures. cosmic codes translate into the person you are. Natural forces of time immemorial have created you. The universe accepts you for what you are. You are a privileged a citizen of the world, blessed beyond all imagining. The great globe spins and whirls to bring you sunshine and stars, and the earth ball favors you with changing seasons, with air for your lungs, with food for your appetite, with shelter for your body. The world accepts you for what you are. You are a creature of history, favored by the prophets and poets who have gone before. The yearnings of women and men are the realities in which you live. The wisdom of the ages is captured in the books you read, and the music of the Spirit is lifted to your ears. History converges on you now and here. History accepts you for what you are. In this house of fellowship, you hold a privileged place. The sanctity of your conscience is cherished by all. Your spirit is free to soar as it will. Your mind may move as it chooses. There are no fetters on your faith. This house of religion accepts you. Now only one thing remains, and that is the hardest of all. Accept yourself. You are accepted. Accept the fact that you are accepted. And to that I have to say amen. How could anyone ever tell you you are anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. Yes, and amen. Today's service is going to be a little bit different, and the reason is that I don't even know why I'm here today. I should be somewhere else. I mean, that's what people do when they get married. They go off to some tropical island or something, but somehow or other I'm here. And so this all got arranged before I had a chance to do a lot about it. And I'm actually glad to be here because I feel like, this may sound a little racy, but I feel like there's an afterglow happening today here. And you know what an afterglow is. So this service is going to be different in that the primary part of the sermon is a video. And I'm very happy that we've got this system set up here. You'll be able to see that on both screens, and so you might want to kind of move so you can see it well. This is the 21st century. And in the 21st century, we tell stories differently than we did in the first century of the Common Era. We used to sit around the fires and tell the stories and tell the legends of the ones who have gone before. And today we sit around the fire of the tube, of the U-tube. And we hear the stories and watch the stories of those who have gone before us. This particular YouTube video is one of my favorites that I've ever seen. And it is based on our first principle as Unitarian Universalists. We affirm and promote the inherent worth and dignity of every person. And we believe that, and we want to practice that. And yet we find many of us and many people in the world are constantly searching for that time where they have been validated, where they can be validated to be a person of inherent worth and dignity. So we're trying to do that. We're trying to get that. And I think that's another reason that a wedding is so important. And it's another reason that a gathering like this on Sunday morning is so important, is that in a very real way, we are validated. We are accepted as human beings and validated. There's not a lot of places that you can experience that, but this is one of them. And I certainly felt that way yesterday when you all were supporting Bob and me as we were saying our vows to each other. So let us see the 21st century morality play right straight off of YouTube, and it's called Validation.